everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and guess what?
It's finishing month.
It's finishing month. It's month 8. Look at this. Look at this. It's
Got a bunch of
month.
fabric.
We got a bunch of fabric.
We got border.
We got
everything. Background. We got sashings.
So I'm going to remove this pattern.
Nice, nice.
And then there's a surprise and delight.
Another pattern.
Another
Yay!
pattern. But guess what it is? It's the mini of this. The mini Piecemaker.
It's the cutest
Do you want to see
thing
it?
ever.
You want to see it?
Yeah.
All right. So we made it out of scraps. So this isn't a fabric line, but it's the cutest thing
But you can
ever.
make it out of scraps at your house too. Look how cute this is.
Look how cute this is. Surprise and delight. You know, everybody asks, are you going to make a mini to this? Is there a mini to this? And I'm just like, yes, there is. Yes, there is. We even did the little flange
I love it
border.
so much. These are so cute and tiny.
Aren't they tiny? They're
Yeah.
just darling.
I love it.
Anyway, so that's your surprise and delight. You get a pattern for the mini Piecemaker wall hanging. And I think that's really cool.
It's very cool.
You know, but the minute we started it big, I was like, can we do a mini?
Oh yeah.
Might there be a mini? And so at month 8, it's ready for you. Super excited about that. We're going to set that aside though, because we've got some work to do.
Yep.
So let's open up our pattern. Again, you have all of your fabric key right here.
All right.
In this kit, you'll get your binding.
Binding pre-cut. How great is that?
And
I feel like
striped.
that's also a surprise and delight.
That is
How
also a
cool.
surprise and delight for sure.
Okay.
You're going to get your background fabric because we're going to put all of
The whole quilt together.
Whole quilt together right now. We're going to get some of this fabric, which is also backgroundy things. So it's these
all
borders,
these little sashing pieces.
all the little sashing pieces, and then this right here is our outer border.
Okay.
And we're going to get that. So let's get to cutting.
All right.
And this
So
is fabric K.
Yep. So
is
we'll
this
start
one right
with the
here.
teal.
And I'm actually going to mark each one of these pieces because we are going to be cutting a lot of different sizes.
Okay.
So I'm going to mark what it says. Mark
Do
it.
you have a pen?
I'm going to get one right now. I'm going to go
Okay.
get one. I'll
All
be right
right.
back. Go ahead and start without me.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is cut several 2.5-inch strips. We need to cut 12 of these.
Do you want to fold it in half this way and get 2 at a time?
Sure, that's a good idea.
All right.
Then I only have to make 6 cuts
Then
to get the
only
12
6 cuts.
strips.
All right, so 12 2.5-inch strips.
I'm flipping it
Across
over
the
and
width.
cutting with the fold at my line because that way I can make sure that I don't end up with any elbows because this line
Right.
is going to be super straight.
Perfect.
That's my reasoning.
And now she's going to do 12 2.5-inch strips.
Yep, I'm going to start by cleaning up this edge so it's nice and straight.
And I'm going to write that down on here. Let's see. 2.5 strips. Because we're going to set aside 4 of these for the sewing machine base. So this one right here is going to be 4 of those.
All right.
And I have my pins right here. So we've got 2 right here because she's cutting them 2 at a time.
There's
And that's just
2
4
and
layers,
4.
so you know that's not too bad. So these are going to be 2.5-inch strips, and I'm going to write for sewing machine base. Sewing base. I should be able to get that. If I forget what that means, you'll have to remind me.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. All right. So then from 2 strips.
What's
From
the next
2 strips, we're going to subcut a total of 2.5 by 27 and a half, or 27 and a half.
All right, so I think we have to open these up.
We do.
So I'm going to keep them like that.
Okay, and you're going to cut 2.5
by 27.
2.5 by 27 and a half.
Okay.
So the halves are important on here, so watch those.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just first cut this
the selvage off.
selvage straight.
2.5 by 27 and a half.
I'm going to cut it right there so that I
And we
get
need
the
2 of
best
those.
use. Okay. I'm going to bring it down here to the 1. And then all the way to 27 is right here.
And it's 27 and a half.
And a half. Okay. Thank you for telling me. Because I
My
might
pleasure.
have done it. There we go. All right, 2.5 by 27.5. There's 2 of those.
Okay. Next, we need
2 more, 2.5 by 27.5. So one is for the left side and the other's for the right side.
yeah, they're on for the sewing machine.
So I'll grab these
it's
2 other strips and we'll
these,
just
right.
do that again.
some part of here. It will tell us in the pattern when we
It's
get
right
to it.
here. These 2.
Okay. All right.
And
No worries. Just cut. 2 more. 2.5 by 27.
I don't know.
All right. 2.5 by 27.5.
Okay. Getting that first edge. Taking it
Now, always remember on
all the way
these, if you
over.
happen to make a miscut or something like that, there isn't any reason you can't sew these 2 together and just make another long piece. You
That's
know,
true.
So don't stress about it. I mean, if there was a seam, you know, well, there's a seam right here because we had to sew 2 strips together, but I mean, you're not ever going to notice that once it's quilted and done.
Okay. There's
So this is
another
also
2.5 by 27.5.
Okay.
So we've got that one. So now we need from each of 2 strips subcut a 21.5 by 23.5.
No, this one right here, a 2.5. 2.5.
Sorry.
By
2.5 by 2.5 by
From
23.5. Not
each 2
21.5.
strips, subcut a 2.5 by 23.5.
Okay, so 2
For
more.
a total of 2.
2 more new strips because we don't have that left on anything
Right.
else.
Do you want me to iron those?
Yeah, I think they'll be all right.
Okay. We need, actually, it says 1 in parentheses. It says from each 2 strips, cut
Each of 2.
2.5 by 23, but there's a 1 in parentheses. So I'm wondering
It's
if,
because you're cutting 1 from each.
oh, okay.
I'm thinking. I think. All right, so we're going to go to 23.5, which this guy's just a little wrinkly, but we're going to go right there.
Yep, 23.5.
Make sure that's nice and straight. Okay.
And then 2 12 by 16s, and I wonder if you can get those like out of this. You can. This is almost
mean
perfect. I mean 2.5 by 16. right
Okay,
here.
yeah,
You need
2.5
2
by
of those.
16.5.
So this one is the 2.5 by 23.
Yes.
2.5
23.5,
by
right?
23 and 1/2.
This isn't long enough for 16.5.
Are you sure?
Yes. But this one is.
There we go.
So that comes off of the one we cut at 23.5.
2.5 by 16 and a half. 16 and a half. And you need
2 of them, right?
yes. This kind of diagram reading is very confusing for me. So don't feel
Okay.
bad if you're
All right.
lost a little bit. It shows you in the diagram, but it also tells you, but then they'll have a number in parentheses, and
16.5.
Natalie
Oh,
knows what
there
that
it
means,
is.
so we can trust her. So I just realized we forgot these 2.5 by 10.5 section.
Okay.
But I
all
think
right.
we can get
We've
those
got,
out of there.
Yep, we've got these strips here.
2.5 by 10 and
So
a
we'll do
half.
2
That's
and a
way up at the
half
top. I'm
by
sorry, I
10
missed
and a
that.
half. That's
Natalie
okay.
noticed when she was reading the diagram.
I look at the diagram as well as reading the words, make sure it all matches
so
up.
2.5.
We've got 10.5 this way.
10.5. We need 2 of those.
Here you go.
We need 1 more 2.5 by 23.
Okay.
And then it looks like we need 2 2.5 by 18s.
All right.
What size are those? We need 2.5 by 23. Do you want to cut off that
23.5.
Yes, I'm sorry, 2.5 by 23.5.
Okay.
1 more.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to cut off the selvage.
2.5 by 23. I'm going to stick that with this other one where we have 2.5 by 23.
Yeah, because we need 3 of those total.
But we need them all just to be together.
Yes.
27.5, 27.5. I'll stick all these together.
Okay.
Okay.
There's that.
And this is 2.5 by 23.
And one more strip.
Two more pieces that are 2.5 by 18.5.
Okay. I'll just cut one more.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I set it down. And then what I'm going to do is leave this folded because we're going to get 2. Are they 18.5 or what?
18.5.
Okay.
2.5 by
So I'm gonna,
18.
I'm going to cut off this selvage
0.5.
edge. And then I'm going to go.
Yeah, this is a great way if you're
18
dealing
and a
with a long
half.
strip. This is a great way to do it if you
This
lay your
way.
ruler all the way along it. It flattens out your fabric, and you can really just use the ruler. You don't have to use the mat or anything else, and it really keeps it in place well. So this is a great
right.
way to cut on a strip.
So 18.5, yes?
Yep. Now you need 4 1.5-inch strips out of the same blue.
This. Okay. I will do that.
So then I'm going to turn the page.
1.5 by width of fabric. There's no other
It says,
instructions
width
on
of
silk
fabric.
cutting.
It just says width of fabric, and then it says, oh, then we're to the background
then we're
fabric.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome.
So there, I'm sure there's a plan for this.
I'm sure. I
And
just
you
thought
need-
there might be
You
subcutting.
need 4 of those.
Okay.
So 1.5 by, woof. And you need 4. I couldn't help myself. My brain doesn't do acronyms, so I literally thought I was supposed to make a barking noise. I just
Well,
actually didn't know what it meant.
You
I didn't
did
know
it
what the woof
really
was.
well. I
Right?
appreciate that.
So now I just do it as a joke.
Good entertainment.
Right.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, so 4 of these
And
1.5s.
This is extra for now.
Now we're getting our background right here.
Okay. Background. So,
this
the
is the
first
background.
thing. Okay.
From the background fabric, cut 1
21.5-inch strip.
across the width of the fabric.
Okay. So this is folded length of fabric.
So we're going to have to refold this.
Yep. That's okay. It's all good. We'll get it just the way we want it. Line it up selvage to selvage.
There we go. There we are.
Okay.
Okay, so we've
All
got
right,
this
so selvage to
folded long
selvage.
ways.
And then fold it in half. If you want to go and press your fabric at this point, that'd be good, but I'm not going to bother because
She's feeling
I
really,
feel pretty confident about
really
this.
confident.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
All right, let me move my paper so you don't cut through that.
All right. So our first
121.5-inch strip.
cut is 21.5 inches. I'm going to clean up this very first edge right here. I'm just going to line that
So
up.
21 is going to feel wide for you, but it's these big pieces in here that you're going to use your 21-inch strips for.
Yeah. It's all about conserving fabric too.
It is. So you're going to
All right.
go all the way to the edge on that.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this ruler to tell me where 21 is. 21.5.
Mm-hmm.
So that is right here at this
Okay.
34.5 line.
So it's 21.5 strip.
Then what?
And then you're going to subcut that into 121.5 by 18.5.
Okay.
So 21 by 18.
So we open it up.
Now our 21 is running this way, and we're going to cut the 18 this way.
Okay.
18.5.
I'm going to get rid of the selvage edge again. I mean, not again, it's a different edge.
It keeps growing back. We don't know
Hey.
how.
It's magic fabric.
That's right.
All right, and then this one, we're gonna go 18 and a half. 18 and a half is at this mark right here on my table.
Okay.
You can also count the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and a half.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
So either way works.
Oh, I need my little papers. 21.
By 18 and a half.
0.5 by 18.5. And then you need a 4.5 inch rectangle, 21 by 4.5.
Okay.
I do think on one of these I forgot the half. You know,
4.5, you did?
On this one, and I had to add a tiny piece to it.
Oh, when you did your practice run?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody had to make this, Natalie. It didn't just appear.
Is this
21 by 4.5.
21?
21 and a half by 4.5.
Or do you mean 20 and a half?
No, I'm in this one 21 and a half by 4.5 in rectangle. Then trim it. Oh, that's weird. Trim it to 20 and a half by 4.5.
Okay, 20 and a half.
Oh, I see. They're just using the fabric. Okay.
Yeah.
So 20 and a half, 20.5 by
right.
4.5. I'm so glad we're cutting this together because,
yeah, we got it.
know, we meaning all of us, you know, we could
All together, we make a good brain.
make a really good brain.
All right, what's next?
Next is
This piece.
a 21 and a half inch 21 by 4.5 inch rectangle. Well, we trimmed that. We did that one. Check
Okay,
it.
next.
Next, we need 21 by 16 and a half
Okay.
rectangle. And then we're going to subcut
16
that.
and a half. What is this again? Is this the 21?
No, this is
Yep,
the 21.
that's the 21 and a half that way. By 16 and a half? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So 21 and a half by 16 and a half inch rectangle. And then we're going to subcut
Okay.
that to 16 and a half by 13.
Got it. Okay. Then we're going to turn it again. So it's 16 and a half up and down, and now we're going 13 and a half?
Just 13, straight up.
13.
16 and a half by 13.
Okay, so that's 13. I'm going to cut that right there.
And then we're going to do 16 and a half by 7.
Come on, little buddy. There we go.
All right, so
All right,
hand
this
me
is
the
your
13.
16 and a half by 13.
Okay, going to mark it.
Okay.
Mark it with a B.
And then this one is 16 and a half by 7.
Uh-huh, by 7.
All right, so we're still 16 and a half long. And
By
we will go
7.
7 wide. Oops, sorry. Made a funky noise. Oop.
It's the mat.
The mat's getting old.
Our mat needs to be replaced.
Okay.
All right. All right, then you're going to cut a 9-inch strip across the width of the fabric.
All right. Set that aside and pull this over.
Okay.
And we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wait, 9. Yeah, 9 inches. 9.
Not 9 and a half?
Nope.
Okay. If you're feeling confident.
Then you're going to subcut that. You're going to make 2 9 by 16 rectangles.
2? Is that the only thing out of this?
Yep.
So I can leave it folded in half?
Yep.
Okay. Nice.
2 9 by 16 and a half. 9 by 16 and a half.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I go 16 and a half. So at that mark there.
There we go.
Okay.
Now we need a 6-inch strip across the width of the fabric.
All right. Is this leftover, that piece?
I don't know, I think so.
Yeah,
But
okay.
one 6-inch strip, the width of the fabric.
All right.
And just plain 6 inches.
Okay.
6. And then we're gonna need a piece. We're gonna need 2 that are 6 by 11 and a half.
Okay.
For the hearts and kisses row.
Hearts and kisses. That's a cute row.
That's a cute row for sure.
You said 11 and a half?
11 and a half, 6 by 11 and a half.
All right, so here we go.
All right, so now out of this piece that's left over,
yeah.
we're gonna subcut 2.5-inch strips,
Okay.
2.5 by 9.5.
Okay, we'll do 2 of those. Good deal. I'll cut them both and then I'll stack them and cut them to 9.5 together.
Together at last, together forever. All right, 2.5 by 9.5. I have my
Alrighty.
sticker ready. We need 2 of those.
9.5 it is. There you go.
And we're actually going to need a few more of those.
Well, let's see if I have enough here.
It's supposed to come
I
from
do. I can get 2 more here.
I know it's supposed to come from another cut, but we're going to save some fabric
well,
right
here's
now.
2 more.
All right, so we got 4.
And we need how many total
We
of
need
these?
6 total.
6 total, 2.5 by 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll get the rest out of the next strip.
Yeah, so you're going to need to cut 6 more 2.5-inch strips for what we need next.
Okay. 1. Oh, 2. That one didn't want to stay where it was. It was real slidey. I hate when that happens.
Right?
Let's move him over. Line it back up.
Make sure, oh, let me get this little rumple out.
Okay. 3. How many did you say? 6?
You're going to need 6 2.5-inch strips.
4.
Ooh, it's a good thing I checked under there. I felt something. It was one of my other strips.
5 and 1 more.
Now I'll be hum whistling
6.
the rest of that. the song the
Okay,
rest
so
of the day.
1, 2, 3, 4. How many get left whole?
You're going to leave 4. Nope, you're going to
5.
leave 5. You're going to set aside 5.
Okay, here's those 5.
Okay.
And then this one gets subcut into 9.5.
And we really only just need 2 more.
2 more of this. Okay. Perfect.
So these are 2.5-inch strips. 2.5 strips.
And we will go down this way.
And I am pinning and post-a-noting because I don't trust it will stay there
Yeah.
on my messy desk. And probably if I weren't putting this all together right now, I would lose pieces.
You'd need to get it
Yes.
back later.
So 2.5 by 9.5.
I don't know why I flipped that around. I needed it the other way
And
anyways.
we just need 2 more.
Okay. 9.5.
Set 5 remaining strips aside. Set the remainder of the strips fabric aside for the inner border.
Here we go.
All right.
So 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
And then 5 strips.
So this is extra, I presume,
It's for the inner
if you-
border.
Oh.
Yeah, the very inner border right here. There's
No,
an
that-
inner border on
Is
the
that
bottom.
not what these 6 strips are for, or the 5 strips?
So the inner border doesn't actually go all the way around. It goes like on the top and the bottom, like right here on the top
Yeah.
and bottom. And so it's just
But
places. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. No stress. Now we are to the end of our cutting instructions.
Okay.
But it looks like there's a lot of fabric here, and it says to set this aside for the inner border.
Right.
And I think we should just go ahead and cut that. So when we start to sew, we can just
We
sew.
can really
We
have
don't to-
everything ready.
We don't have to get up. So over here on page 15, here's the inner border. So from the background fabric, cut 2 6.5-inch strips across the width of the fabric.
All right, let me line this
And we're
up.
going to sew those together to form
6.5,
one long strip.
yeah?
Yep.
All right, that's 6.5.
I can tell that's right because that's a 5-inch ruler.
Yes, that.
So you're going to cut 2 of those.
All right, so there's 1, and we'll go 6.5.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to cut 2 of those.
And 2.
Then you're going to cut 4 2.5s.
Okay, whoops. There's those for our inner border, and then 4 2.5-inch strips.
Yeah, so on the sides, there's wider borders than the top and bottom. So the
Okay.
top and bottom is a smaller border, and the sides are wider borders. And then this is our border.
Remind me again, you said 4 of these?
Yep, 4 of those. 4 2.5-inch strips cut the width of the fabric.
Okay.
And we'll eventually sew them all together to make one long strip.
Okay.
3.
I'm having a time with this mat today.
Yeah, it's all right.
Hopefully nobody else out there is having the same trouble. You all have brilliantly beautiful new mats to work with.
And one more.
One more.
I think we have one of these on order and it just hasn't come.
Yeah, probably. We use it every day.
We do. Many times during the day.
All right, so there's
Okay.
4.
And now we get to cut this outer border, inner border. So we're going to turn the page.
Let me
And the outer
see how
border,
this
we're
is.
going to cut 9 5-inch strips.
9.
So do you want to leave them together?
I'll leave it folded. I'll put the fold down here at the base.
And our binding is already
Binding's
cut.
already cut, so yay, that saves a step.
And it's my favorite because it's striped. I
So
love a striped
cute.
binding.
All righty.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to write a little note. Inner border. And then
These
outer
are,
border.
what size, 5?
These are 5 inches, so the width of your
the
ruler. And you're just going to cut 9.
So that's 2. Because I've got it folded in half.
Right?
4. 6.
You're hitting all the good spots on the mat now. I shouldn't have said anything. Knock on wood.
8.
And one
And
more.
I'm just going to open this.
Right?
Yep, open that up. And 9. That way we have it for, I didn't want that to be folded under the cut.
For anything we need.
Whatever else we might need it for.
Right.
Alrighty.
All right, so I'll help you fold these up.
Okay.
And then we will be ready with everything cut and ready to go. And I'm just going to put this outer border on here and pin through it.
Here you go.
And then the inner border
Inner
can
border's
also
here.
be here. We'll just pin
Okay.
on that.
Cool.
And we're just going to kind of set these aside because we won't use these till the very end. And
All
we're
right.
going to go put our quilt together.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Me too. So we'll see you over at the sewing machine. All right, everybody. The moment has arrived. We
Okay.
are putting the quilt together.
Yep.
So Natalie.
we're going to go back to our month 1 and grab our spool blocks.
Because we've put all of our blocks in each
yes,
packet.
we saved everything in these handy dandy zippered pouches.
so we could find them. They are super handy for that.
Perfection.
All right, so we've got
So
our
first our spools.
spools. So
Okay,
shall
so
we do
we'll
the pink?
we'll put them together pink, and then I'll give you this to stitch.
All right.
Stitch on that side.
All right, I am going to sew, and you're just going to figure all this out.
I've got it figured out. First thing we're gonna do is put these 3 together, pink, green, yellow, 9 by 16.5 in between them.
I'm ready for you.
Perfect. I love it.
All right, hang
I'm
on.
really good at supervisor.
All right. Next, green.
Okay, so next you're gonna stitch your green one on.
Okay.
And I'll pull this over so it doesn't get caught up in your stuff.
Probably a grand idea.
Yeah, let's get some of this out of your way. Just a bit.
All right.
Okay.
And another piece.
Next is your 9 by 16 and a half,
All
number
right.
2.
9 by 16 and a half, number 2.
Okay,
1/4 of an inch we're sewing.
that's right.
And we're just gonna line this up. I like to stop about halfway. Oh, snap. Look at this one. It's a little bit longer.
Okay.
So the trick is you take it out, you line it up. The feed dogs are gonna draw in more fabric. So if this happens to you, just flip it over, line it up like this, and just start sewing like you'd normally sew, and it will ease in that bottom fabric. So there we go.
Excellent. Okay.
So now look at that.
All right.
Nice.
So flip that back. So we've got
And
your
the other hack is this, that if it's really too long,
Little
you can
yellow.
just trim it off. So either way works.
also true.
All right, so we're gonna start this one.
Typically though, you want to stick with the pieces that you cut for background because they're usually going to be more true to size than your pieced blocks. So if you can make those pieces match,
That is 100%
make your pieced
true.
block match your background squares that you've cut, your quilt will probably stay square a little bit better.
So again, I feel like this back was a little bit longer than my block. So I'm just gonna let the feed dogs take in the back, and I'm gonna keep a firm hold on this top piece so that it
And
matches up.
I would say that's true as long as it's within 1/4 of an inch.
Right.
If it's more than 1/4, like if it gets to be like a 1/2 or an inch
Natalie.
difference.
Natalie, look.
Yay!
We did the spool row.
Okay, but we still need to add 2 more pieces. So
I thought we were done.
to the left end, which is the
Red.
red end, we're gonna add our 16 and a half by 7. So
Okay.
the skinnier piece goes by the pink.
All right. 16 and a half by 7.
Okay.
All
And
right.
I'm just gonna set those aside. And put these aside.
I was so excited. I thought we were
I
done.
know we were so close though.
All right. It's a good thing I have math.
We're almost there. And then to the other end goes your 16 and a half by 13.
Perfect.
There you go.
You know, the cutting it out before, this really makes this
As long as they're labeled and you remember what
oh my
size they are,
gosh.
because
It's so helpful. Yeah, the labeling is huge, you guys. Label, 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 label. I can't stress that enough. I actually didn't label some of my pieces in there, and so then you have to go back and measure every single piece.
because you just don't know what it goes to.
Right.
And a lot of them are similar, like a 27 and a half and a 23 and a half might look very similar.
Until you have to add a little piece.
Until you realize. Okay, now our spool
Month 1.
row is done. I think
All
we're
right.
holding it upside down, but that's okay.
No, pink, green, yellow.
Yeah,
No?
but if you're looking at it
Okay.
right side up as somebody looking through the camera, it's got to go this way.
There we go. All right, all right.
Okay,
right.
so let's hold this.
Let's hold that off. And what's
and we'll
month
switch to
2?
the next page. Oh, I don't think it's month 2. It's just the rest of the.
All right. Oh,
Is
yeah.
it?
No, it's not
There's no
month 2.
months.
No, because we're
We're
putting
doing this all at once.
sections together. All right.
Okay, so now we're going to make the sewing machine base, which is also some of these blocks. So we need our magic diamond blocks made for month 1.
Okay.
And then we need to go into our month, where does it say? Month 7. The Piecemaker month 7. And we're
Okay.
going to grab these ones.
Okay. Yep, we just did those last month.
Yep. So you can stitch 2 of these together because you're going to do 1, 2,
Okay.
3 of those, and then we'll put 1 on the end.
All right, so
That's what we'll do first. Because they are just every other one.
now This one is going the right way. We should have, shouldn't this be the first one? Doesn't this go first?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to
start
put
with
that
a
one on
shoe
there.
fly or a pinwheel frolic.
So I must have like had that upside down because it didn't work that way.
Sorry.
But I'm just going to go ahead and put my, oops, I'm going to sew this one on the bottom because it's a little bit bigger than my pinwheel frolic. So here we go.
Okay.
All right.
So then the next one.
And you want to pay
Goes
attention to these all go the same direction. And so then this one goes here. And we'll sew it on. All right, then I need another one of these.
Yep.
I could just keep going on. This could be a very long row.
Well, you only have 2 more blocks, so you're good.
Well, and
not gonna be that long.
we started doing a little chain piecing, but this is easier for me. So again, different brains. If you want to chain piece, you can.
Just make sure you've got them oriented the right direction.
That's right.
Here's another. And I think
got this
that's
guy.
oriented up the way it should be.
I think so. And if I notice at all that the other block is longer than this block, I will put it on
You
the bottom.
flip it over?
Yeah, I flip it over and put it on the
Smart.
bottom.
Makes life easier.
Okay, and then one more of our cute little, these blocks.
Pinwheel frolic.
All right, what's next after this then? Because I am
Okay,
there.
after this, we are going to stitch the 1.5 inch strips together end to end to create a long strip.
Okay, so these right here.
Yes.
Can you iron this one for me? It has a fold in it, and
Yep,
I feel like
I'm
that's
happy
just
to.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then I will sew these long strips together.
Okay. And it doesn't say anything about like bias joining them, so I think they can just be straight edge joined.
Well, I'm going to straight edge them for sure.
Okay. I mean, I figured
You can fight me
would.
on it if you want, but I'm
Nope,
going to.
not going to fight you. You do you.
That's right.
That one is nice and flat for you now.
So what I'm doing is I'm just laying these up here, and I'm kind of chain piecing them as they go through. I add another piece to it as it goes under the needle, like this, and they're all kind of connected. And then what I will do is, Natalie has my big scissors over there, so.
Oh, here, you can have
That's
them.
all right, I can do this. So I'll just clip them apart and clip off my selvage as I go. So like right here, oh my. That was a little magic trick right there. All right, so I'm gonna clip the selvage, clip the string, clip the selvage. And then I'm gonna come down here to the end and trim that selvage as well. And this one also. All right, so now we sew this to the top and bottom of this long row. Is that right?
So the 2.5 inch fabric K-strips together.
Okay, so next I guess we're gonna sew this to here.
Yes, now if you wanted to, you could measure two 1.5 by 70.5 inch strips, or you can just sew them all together and stitch one side on and cut it and stitch the other side on and cross your fingers and hope they both fit.
You know, I think I'm just gonna go for that.
I figured you would. This is the Jenny way.
So it is hard actually to cut pieces that accurately, that are like,
70.5 inches.
is that how
long.
much it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm probably,
I've done it before where I tried to fold it in half and then I divide and cut that measurement on the fold. And it is often off a little bit when I
Yeah.
do it. But
well, I'm just gonna do it this way.
you do also then have to be careful that you don't have, too much fabric to row or not enough, because it can get wonky. So
Well, I'm gonna,
therein is the risk, but
that's the risk. But yeah, I'm gonna just
I
sew it
know
on.
you have pretty strong skill set. I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah, so also one of the things to know, if you're ever gonna sew on pieces like this, again, because the feed dogs take in more fabric, you wanna make sure that your little strip that you're putting on or your border or whatever is on the top of the fabric always.
Yeah.
Because if you put the piece on the bottom, the feed dogs will draw in more fabric and then you'll have this little ruffly piece. So always put your piece on from the top.
Yeah, and
So-
you wanna pull it not super tight. Like don't pull very hard, but keep it snug against the fabric. Keep it
Firm.
taut.
Firm, if you will.
Just a gentle
And then you
tautness.
notice I didn't flip it over because I want to make sure that this piece of fabric is on the top.
Right.
So what I do is I kind of let my bottom just lay and then I just make sure the fabric is got a nice taut stretch to it.
But not super stretched. You're not trying to shrink it up or anything.
No.
I'm gonna put these under the iron one more time.
There we go.
Just to give you a
Does that go on next?
This goes on next, our long pieces. So I thought since they've been sitting in storage for a bit, run the iron over them.
That's right. I had to just check to see if I was out of bobbin.
Uh-oh.
I had this nightmarish feeling, you know, when you're sewing along
That's
these long
always the worst.
pieces. It's like, no.
How long have I been sewing without bobbin?
Right? Nope, I'm still good.
Okay.
All right. All right. And trim that off right there.
Okay, now we should press that back as well, yeah?
Okay. All right. I snagged the iron from you.
That's okay.
And if you'll pull that over,
Yep.
then we can, you know,
go along.
get by with a little help from our friends.
That's right.
And I would suggest, you know, if you want to, you can just walk and take this over to your big ironing board and do it all at once.
It might be a little easier.
But I have this little nest made for myself right here. I'm sorry, sweetheart. did
No,
I
you're
burn you?
fine. No, I just jumped because it was like in the right
Close?
spot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not burnt.
Okay, good.
Promise.
No one was harmed in the making of this video
With this quilt.
at this point
Yet.
yet. All right.
Keep
Okay.
that going. Okay, so now we're gonna add this to the top and the bottom, and the triangle goes towards the row. So like that.
Okay. So I'm
I'm gonna
actually
give you-
going to fold this in half and pin.
Oh, good idea.
And I know
Then
you're
you
shocked
can find the
about
middle.
that.
I'm very shocked.
Would you find the middle of that one, please?
Yes.
But this, when I was making the other one, I noticed that I had
Did
an
it get off a bit?
extra, because I just sewed it on.
Okay.
And so, you know, it
So here's
doesn't always work
Here's
well
your middle
to do that.
on the
So-
top, and I'll pin the bottom as well.
And my
so you
middle
can-
is here. So these go toward, the triangles go toward the blue strip, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna pin it here, and I'm gonna pin it in the
I'll
middle.
find the bottom of this
we go.
one. So the pin is here for this top middle,
Okay.
which also
Is the-
lines up with this seam.
Which also lines up with this seam right here.
Okay, so that's helpful
This
to
yellow,
know.
yeah.
Your seams need to match. The yellow seam to the middle of the, here, let me do this one.
And again, you could pin it like every so many little inches.
Don't have to though. If you got your middles pinned, you're probably pretty safe, I would think.
You're safe-ish.
Safer.
Safer.
Wait, stop yanking it away from me. I'm trying to
I'm
pin.
looking to see. Okay, oh, I see what you're doing.
I'm trying to pin. Stop it.
You're trying to be helpful.
Yes. I would love to help you. There you go.
There's some craziness happening here, but you knew that would be
Always,
the case.
always, always.
Okay. That looks like it's going to fit.
Look at that.
Look at that. All right, so I'm going to start sewing this side,
Okay.
and I'm going to take a little stitch, and then I'm going to take this pin out right here,
Good idea.
and let you put it back. And I've got this slid a little bit right here, so I'm going to push that under.
Cool.
And
I'm going to read ahead because I like to do that.
let the feed dogs take in that triangular fabric. All right, now if I'm getting close to the middle, I will stop to make sure that, you know, everything's lining up. So here's my middle, and I'm gonna make sure, so this, now this has a little bit more room on it than the other one. So I'm gonna flip it and see if I can't ease that in. I'm gonna go from the middle out.
Oh, middle out? Mm-hmm. Are you sure that's lined up right? Make sure your seams match.
Let me see.
Yeah, they look good. No, they look good.
They look pretty good.
Okay.
All right,
Cool.
so I'm gonna go this way,
Awesome.
and I'm going to just keep a firm hand on this piece right here, and I may not be able to get all this in, so I may have to pick it back a little bit further to ease this in. So
Okay.
let me just
Here.
grab thank you. I'm just gonna pull this back a little bit more. And when you have little triangles, you can't do the Jenny rip.
No, otherwise
because
all your little
Otherwise,
seams
all
come
your
out.
little seams will come out. So I'm just going to release this like this and see if this will go in, because you never know how much fabric. And I think on the other side, I'm going to start from the middle
Good idea.
and work my way out.
That's a great idea.
Right? All right, we're going to be able to ease that in. So these are really good tricks for you to know.
Yeah.
As we go along.
You have a bunch of tiny pieces.
You do have a bunch of tiny pieces, because it, you know, in theory, you know, it looks like it's going to fit.
It's going to fit.
And
So you're going to go end in?
I'm going to go end in and see how I go.
Okay.
I'm just on this side.
I thought you were going to middle out, but
Well, I
We'll
was
see.
going to, the bigger part seems to be this strip.
okay.
So I've got it on the bottom,
All right.
and I'm just going to keep a good tight hold on this part.
Yeah.
The other thing is that if this is really off, you can actually take in your little triangle seams, just
can.
a tiny.
Yes.
And, you know, so those are all just tips to help you make it fit and line up. I feel like for the most part, when I put this one together, I was pretty pleased with how well it went together.
That's great.
Yeah. And so having had a little bit of experience with that helps me. This is going to match up perfectly. Absolutely
Excellent.
perfectly.
That's so good.
Because the row we want to match here is the triangle row.
Yes.
Because remember, I didn't measure the other row.
That's right.
All right. So now I'm going to start this on the other side, and I'm going to
Middle
start
out.
it from this end. It seemed to work on the end, so I'm just going to put my triangles on the top and see if I can make that work.
Okay.
And if I get to the middle and it's off, we'll flip it.
Sweet. That's
So-
exciting.
So here's how we're going to go. And my row is not perfectly lined up. I mean, it's not, my triangles aren't perfect, is what I'm trying to say. But that's all right.
I think they look great.
Thank you. Well, let me just give you this little tip. If anybody ever looks inside your quilt to see your seams, they're not your friend. So just do not worry about that. Because like I got seams going all different directions, and look at that, perfect to the middle.
Nice.
All right, so now pull that pin out.
Working.
All right, so do you have ready for me what I'm going to do next?
Yes. In theory.
In theory. Okay. Ooh, look at that. That's going to come perfect. There we go.
All right.
Perfect as
So
can
these-
be.
You could probably just do 2 and 2.
What are we doing?
But we're sewing these together end to end to create 2 long strips.
Okay.
So you can just do the 2 and the 2, I think, and And then they go on the outside of these. I'll press this back while you're doing that.
Oh, another row.
They go top and bottom on this strip set.
Okay. And is it, again, supposed to be cut a certain length?
Yes, 74.5 inches.
Okay. So for those of you who want to cut your strips, cut them.
Oh, actually, I told you wrong. But you were supposed to do that step earlier anyways, so just keep doing what you're doing.
Do I sew all four of them or just two?
Just sew all 4 of them, but make 2 strip sets.
I don't know
so
what
2
that
together,
means.
and then the other 2 together in a separate strip.
Okay, so I have 2 twos.
2
Yes.
twos, yes. That's what I'm saying. You
2
got it.
twos.
We're all caught up now.
All right, I'm going to clip off this end right here and this end right here. And this end.
This is looking great. What, do you need this?
I'm just helping you.
Oh.
Just trying to be kind.
Are you done with what you're doing?
I'm done with what I'm doing.
You're done. Okay,
I'm
so
so
you're ready to
patient.
move on.
I'm so patient.
All right. Well, let me just do the other side of this real quick because
Okay.
you've got to sew to the ends now of these,
Oh, okay.
the sides. That's what actually made me think
Do I
of
sew
it.
the side first?
The sides first.
Okay, and then
the
top and
reason
bottom.
for that's why we have to cut those to 74.5 because you'll have 2.5 pieces on the either end.
Okay.
So it's a little bit longer than our first strips.
Okay.
Oh,
Nope, no harming.
okay. All right.
Here's little Pearl to visit us.
Oh dear. She's our quilt inspector today. Yeah? What's going
Here she
on?
is. Can you see her?
Go on.
She usually sleeps right down at my feet or Natalie's feet.
Yeah. No, none of that right now.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll do 2.5 by 16.5. So this goes on either end. We have them
okay, we
pre-cut.
do have that cut.
So that
Okay.
should help keep it together.
All right.
Whoops, I don't have to have that. I'll put that in there. There we go. All set.
So, that fit fairly well. You might be able to press
I can
this
press that while
I'm-
you're sewing,
Right?
I think. That's the ultimate in collaboration.
Right. Let's see, make sure this one fits on here. Well, hey, Pearl, you just want to be a part of this, huh? No, don't lick me. Not a licking girl. There we go. No treats right now. Mm-mm. That's Natalie's little puppy. She likes to visit us at the studio, and she knows that I keep a bucket of treats for her right over here. Yep. She comes over every once in a while.
Okay, and now you're going to stitch that strip on the top and bottom of this
Okay.
strip. So similar to the 1.5.
And again, I'm going to just lay mine on here and keep it on the top. Keep a nice, taut, firm hand on it.
Nice and taut.
Taut is a weird word, isn't it?
It feels weird to say it.
Because it's like the past tense of teach, but also keeping it nice and firm.
Tight. But not super tight. It's like mostly tight. Slightly tight.
Slightly.
I don't know.
All right, almost down to the one. Next, so you should have a piece about that long from
Ish.
your leftover-ish, yes. Definitely the ish rule.
I love how piece blocks look when they're pieced in. They just start to look so clean and neat and tidy.
Yeah, it takes care of all those threads and
All
everything.
the little edges get a nice smooth seam next to them, and they look so good.
Well, and I have a, you know, my rule is if you can hide it in that 1/4-inch seam,
Yeah,
you're good to go. And so, you know, like,
Oh,
uh-oh,
you gotta repair that real quick.
gotta fix that real quick. Let me see here. I'm just gonna, there we go. Then we'll go back to sewing on. I don't know if you saw that, but my little 2 pieces were coming apart. And we do not want that.
Nope, good idea to fix any of those little seam pops before they get stuck.
All right, almost. There we go.
All right, to the right end of this row, we're gonna add our 20 by 4.5-inch piece. And just so you know, this row is completely reversible, so it doesn't really matter which end you stitch it on.
Oh, okay. So if I put it...
Do you want to press that real quick, just that little section?
Sure.
Just,
I mean, not really, but if you'll make me.
I'm gonna make you press it real quick.
Okay.
But yeah, this is a good side. Okay. Now here's your 4.5 by
What about
20 and a
this
half.
end?
I already pressed it while you were sewing it.
Oh.
I started this end. So that should match up right on the edge.
Okay.
And then our row will be done. Yay, and we'll move on to the next part,
All right, let me
which
see.
is
Where is
the
this?
left sewing machine unit. Oh,
What's that?
oh, I think your thread is just caught. I didn't know if it was actually stitching or if it was...
It's stitching.
Okay. Sometimes when you see that thread stick up, I think maybe the bobbin is out.
I actually just put a new bobbin in, so I'm hoping it lasts.
Excellent.
All right, I'll iron this part if you start getting the next stuff for the next part.
Okay.
I'll do this.
Even the...
I'll do
okay.
the whole thing. 'Cause
All
you
right.
Got, you got
so what I need
gotta
to
search through
find
your bags.
now, I got to search through my bag. So I need the needle unit created in month 1.
Do you know what? That was kind of a hard thing for month 1, I think.
Really?
But I think everybody who did it felt really accomplished. You know,
So then
it's like,
I need
did
month 5. 4, 3, 2, 5. Here we go. I need the signature and bow tie unit. Oh good, this is already sewn together. That's cool. I forgot that we did it that way. Look at me, I'm great.
We just followed the rules in the
So
book.
we have these. And then we need to go to month, signature and bow tie in month 3, milestones and Sundance in month 5. So I skipped.
All right, I'm just going to
3.
stand up and show you this.
Oh, flip it. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. You're,
This way.
yes. Perfect. Another big row done.
We have to move to get the
All the way
camera
back
to
and
see
forth.
the whole thing.
It's a big row. It's a big quilt.
It's a big quilt.
It's getting bigger all the time. Okay. So month 3 and month 5 we're going to work on now, and I'm going to put these with this one. All right, so first we need the bow tie signature piece.
Okay.
And what we're gonna do is sew a 2.5 by 23.5 blue strip, the fabric K,
2.5 by 23.5
to the
right
bottom
here.
edge. Yep.
Okay. All right, so I am going to attach this 2.5-inch strip to the bottom of this.
Bottom edge of the signature and bow tie.
All right, I got it.
Cool, cool.
Yep. And with any luck, it will fit. Oh, I'm gonna be real close.
Keep it taut.
Ooh. There we go. Perfect.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay, let me
Iron that
press
puppy.
that real quick.
What are we on to
Now we're
next?
going to add 2.5-inch strips to the ends
Oh,
of
yes, we are.
this strip set.
Okay.
So just one quick press. I'll make it nice and flat.
There we go. And these go
So
on the
2.5
ends.
on each end.
And what's it by? 2.5 by what?
2.5 by 10.5.
Okay. Both ends, right?
Yes.
I mean, you never know. I mean, it seems like a logical question, but
It is though. You're absolutely right. I'm just going to trim that thread. Whoops.
all right,
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
All right, now we're going to press these one more time.
All right.
Well, not one more time. We'll press them once.
Oh, then
Then we add our next,
the Sundance
Set.
block. Is that this one?
Sundance and
All right. So
so
this.
that goes at the bottom of this
Okay.
with your,
Oh, look at that.
wait, it has a direction. You've got it right.
Okay.
Perfect. I just wanted to
It
double
was
check.
guesswork on my part for sure.
I just got a little concerned, that's all.
Well, it is good for more than one eye to look at it. All right, this is about the middle, so I'm just going to stop and see if I'm
Check and
good.
make sure you're lining
Oh,
up.
I'm really good.
Nice job.
All lined up. What's next after this?
Next.
Because I'm going to finish this in a heartbeat. Or a few heartbeats.
Excellent. So next you're going to stitch one more of these 2.5 by 27.5 strips to the bottom of that row.
Of this row?
Uh-huh.
Okay. We'll put this one on the top.
One more of those. Put those guys together.
All right, and we are matching up nicely again.
Excellent.
All right.
So now you're going to add this, the needle head, to the bottom of that.
Really?
Yep, that's right. So
Cool.
we're making this, see this picture right here.
Oh, nice. All right, so that is page 9, right?
Yep.
Just want to orient you in case you got lost in our...
I think we're all like about halfway.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I think this is pretty fun. Sorry. All right, let me look at how we're lining up here. And we're matching up nicely.
Okay. 4.
Just a tad short, but nothing I can't hide in that 1/4-inch seam.
Good job.
All right.
Okay, so let's hold that up. We've got the sewing
Ooh.
machine, the left part of the sewing machine. So this is like the needle part.
And the needle's going the right direction.
That's right.
We are hopeful anyway. I'm going to just press this until you tell me to do something else.
Okay, well I can press if you want to stitch
Okay.
18.5-inch rectangles to the top and bottom of these.
I do. Oops.
There you go. And I will give
On the
this
top
a
and
quick
bottom. love it when everything lines up.
That is
It's
nice.
always a little terrifying to try to do this on camera, you know, because I'm
You
not
just
a
never
perfect
know.
sewer.
We all have those days where things just don't line up for us.
Hopefully this isn't one of them for you.
If it is, take a break, take a walk. Okay.
All right, there's that.
All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is, well, let's press those, and then we're gonna add our 21.5 by 18.5 inch background square, that first big rectangle that we cut. That is
I don't know about you, but cutting big rectangles is always a little difficult for me.
It is difficult, but it's satisfying to sew them together.
All right, so does this go a certain way then?
Yes.
It goes,
and
yep,
it's,
it goes
it's
just
already
like that.
oriented
Okay.
just how it should go.
Perfect. I just looked at the picture and it's
I think
all
this is the
lining up.
fastest piece that we're gonna put together.
I actually think the bottom piece with the little triangles was the hardest piece for me. So I'm glad
Oh,
that's
really?
over and done. Yeah. I feel like the spools is like one of those ta-da moments, you know?
Uh-huh.
Because they're nice big pieces and they go together so well. And then I feel like the bottom piece of the sewing machine with all the little triangles is an intense piece. So I am glad that is done as well. All right. So now what?
So that is it. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're on page 10.
Wait, should we show it?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. It's the center part. It's the place in the neck of the sewing machine.
Okay, the throat.
The throat, neck,
All right,
whatever,
hold that up.
whatever you call it.
There
Yeah.
we go.
There we go.
Our little snail trail.
Okay. Now we're on page 10, section 6, making the right sewing machine unit. So we are to gather the flywheel,
Okay.
and then in the milestones created in month 5. Is that
But yeah, no, it's
this right
yep,
here?
there.
So we need to, and then we're also going to get the Missouri Star block from month 6.
I love that we put a Missouri Star in this.
Where is that little baggie?
Underneath this piece, maybe?
Oh, there it is. I was missing one. I couldn't find it. Okay. So these are the pieces we need. And what we're going to do, first we're going to stitch 23.5 inch rectangles to the top and bottom of this piece.
Okay. So
So
25
we
by
have
23.
these,
Yeah, I have
2.5
these right here.
by 23.5.
Yeah, 2.5. Sorry,
A
not
top and a
25.
bottom.
All right. Let me look at this. Maybe not. I don't think this is a seam problem.
Wait a second.
Do we have another row of these?
Yeah, sorry. It's supposed to be 27.5 for that
Oh,
one.
okay. Let's put the sticker back on.
I apologize.
And we'll get 2 over here. That's
Yeah.
always good to check. Check and double
Yes.
check.
So the top and bottom of the milestones unit are 27.5.
And that
The
makes
23
much
and a
more
half,
sense.
they go on the sides of the Missouri Star block.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean
Nope,
to
that's
cause
good.
confusion.
It's easy to do. There's so many different measurements. But that's when I held it up, I'm like,
That's not gonna fit.
I can't even ease that.
Nope.
Oh, this one I'm gonna flip over. This one's a little bit longer than my unit, so I'm gonna flip it over. Ease it in. There we go. And then this one, I'm just gonna put it on the bottom to
Is that the
start
right
with.
size?
Let me look.
Just double check. I just want to make
Yep,
sure.
it
Okay,
is.
good.
Okay, let me see here.
Didn't want to.
Nope, I'm gonna do it on the top. Looks like this one is a little bit smaller. There we go.
All right, I will press those and then you can stitch the 23.5s on each side of the Missouri Star.
And are we orienting our,
Well, it's the same all the way around.
okay.
So
And-
just both sides because it's a big square.
Okay. Yep, that should be perfect. And I'm just going to ask this question at the risk of you know, I don't
Yeah,
know.
what is it?
So all my stripes on this one aren't going the same way. Were they supposed to?
I don't know. Probably.
Probably.
Let me look at the...
I mean, I'm not worried about it at all, but
Yeah, no, I can't really tell. Can't tell by the diagrams, and I don't remember from the one we put the row together. I think it's fine, though.
I imagine on the Facebook page
Yeah.
that information is out there. But
Well, and they
this is my quilt, and I'm okay with it.
yeah. They probably could have gone together all one direction because when you cut out these quarter square units, you're going to get 2 of each.
Yeah.
So they could have mirrored and all lined up if you wanted to take the time to do that, but
I actually,
That's just
you know,
a personality
until I
thing.
started reading all the comments
Yeah.
on the Facebook page, I didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't even know to look for it.
yeah.
And so then I was like, oh, I wonder about mine. All right.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and press this, and then this goes,
On the bottom of this. Okay.
yeah, this is going to go on the top of the Missouri Star,
All right.
and then the little flywheel goes on the side of all of this.
So cute.
It is so cute.
I love how things look when they're all pressed too.
Yeah. So tidy.
I guess I can't mess
Okay.
this up because it's the same green on either side.
That's right, and it just goes on the middle.
All right, so let's look at this. And that's pretty close too. So I'm just gonna sew this on.
All right.
Cross my fingers and my toes.
Nice.
Well, hello. Well, hello, my little friend. There we
Should
go.
take her downstairs or something.
No, she's all right.
Okay, let's go ahead and give that a quick press.
Hi, pearly girly. Just need some
can
love, huh?
pet the puppy,
I'll pet the puppy one.
because all dogs are puppies, especially the little ones.
Yeah.
Okay, now what we're gonna do with this is attach our flywheel to the side.
Okay.
And that, I believe, goes, yep, long white up to the top with the Missouri Star right
I love
next to
how we
the-
did this too, how it
Yeah,
made that.
all right, so I will
I did spend a little time with the ripper on that
double
one.
check, make sure that lines up. Yeah, it looks like you're gonna be
Okay.
good to go.
Excellent. All right, I think
And
I'll
that's our
start this
sewing
way.
machine unit, the right side.
That's the handle.
Yay!
The flywheel, that's this right here. You know, for years, when we would start sewing our sewing machines, we had to like kickstart them by turning this
Oh, yeah?
wheel. And so as I started filming and doing things, I started getting questions. People would say to me, why do you always put your hand up here to start the sewing machine? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I didn't even realize I was doing it. And it's just an old habit because we used to have to like
Things we used to do.
kickstart them. Yeah.
Very cool.
Look at that. Perfect.
Awesome.
Who could ask for anything more?
That's very satisfying when it works out just
very
how you want it
satisfying,
to.
Right? All right, I'll do this while you get the next part together.
Okay, the next section is our Hearts and Kisses for month 2. And I feel like I just had it oh, here it is.
Oh, this is so
Like
pretty.
a little disorganized, but
Nope.
I think relatable, maybe.
Yeah. Now, if you want all your seams to go the same direction, just flip it over and make sure that they behave.
Okay.
I'm not
If you want.
very particular about that. Look how cute.
Oh, it is so cute.
That big Missouri star.
I love it.
I love it too.
All right, right sewing machine unit done. Now we're putting
Okay.
together our hearts and kisses.
Okay.
And so we have some different colors and patterns. I don't know if you want to do like certain ones in a certain order. Yes, no, you don't, not worried about it, or?
Well, I just want to do what I'm supposed to do.
Okay. All right, so we'll
obedient.
start with this one. We have
Okay.
one of those, and we have 2 each of these. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and then we'll repeat backwards, yeah? 4. Does that
All right,
work?
just hand me the first 2.
5. No, wait. 1, 2, 3. I'm just trying to make a pattern. I don't know if it'll work or not.
Well, what does the
4,
book say,
5,
darling?
6. The book doesn't say
No, I have
anything that I
extras.
can
I
actually
think-
understand.
I think I have extra yellows.
Do you?
I think so.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So this should be this one.
Okay.
4. Okay. There we go. So you have 2 extra yellows and
Well-
an extra heart.
I had some extras
Why?
pieces, and I
Why,
can't,
you little overachiever.
I can't just let them sit. All right,
Okay,
hand me the
so
first
each
2.
one gets a 9-inch or 9.5
Oh.
inch strip in between.
Okay,
So these are sashed.
good catch.
Yeah.
Because I would have just like sewn them together.
Okay.
All right, first
So
one.
go ahead and start here, and I'll just hand you your next piece. Does that
Okay.
sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
We'll just do a row.
All right.
All right.
Heart. Sashing strip. Mm-hmm. So exciting. We're getting closer.
We are getting close.
A kiss.
I am also back stitching on some of these, and that is just an old habit from clothing sewing. You don't have to back stitch because in quilting, every single seam is enclosed in another seam.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh, sorry.
so you don't have to back stitch. That's just, sometimes those old habits kick in.
Heart.
I like this fabric.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Another one. All right, ready for another X, I think.
Okay, here you go.
Wait, do we want to do the other yellow? It's the last yellow.
Nope.
Nope.
It's this one
It's this
first.
yellow?
Yep.
I thought I was ahead of where I was, sorry.
No, that's okay. It's all good.
All right,
Another
Another
sashing
sash.
strip.
another heart, another day, another dollar.
All right, so now you've got a 2.5 inch inner border to add to your top of this. Do you
Okay.
want to do the bottom first? That's the hearts and kisses.
Whatever. Wait, what does the book say? Let's be obedient. Let's follow directions.
Sorry. Side border, blah, blah, blah. It just says like refer to borders, page 18 in the construction basics.
No, we have to attach, you have to go back because we haven't attached the hearts and kisses yet.
No, we have to do side. Okay, so we did our side border. And we have a side. Did we do the other side with
We
the
did both
2.5?
sides.
Okay, so now we do the top, the 2.5 inch along the top.
And the top is the spools
That's
right
this part.
here. Okay. This part right here.
Yep, okay. So there's your top. And then we'll do our bottom after. Just the way we should, like good little quilters.
That's right. We must be good.
The length of the top border should be approximately 86.5 inches.
Approximately. 86.50.
Yeah, it says like, refer to the borders construction basics to measure and cut. So that's up to you. If you want to measure, go for it.
I love these spools.
They're so cute, aren't they?
I'd like to do a little quilt just of the spools.
With all different blocks.
Really cute.
That would be fun.
All right, here now, come on.
Your sewing machine is going to need a break.
Nope, doesn't get a break.
Well,
It's
then a
got
spa
more.
treatment for sure.
Maybe, yeah.
Because your sewing machine built a sewing machine today.
Oh, I love that. My sewing machine made a sewing machine.
That's right.
This is the mothership then.
Yes, it is.
All right, so I'm gonna clip this off.
Okay, and now the base is made up of our hearts and kisses. And it is the same, well, no, your hearts are directional, so we need to make sure that those line up the right way.
Okay.
I was thinking it's the same both ways, but it is certainly not. So here we go.
All right, so this should fit on here.
Yes.
All right, let's find the middles of this. I feel
Okay.
like we're getting real big.
All right.
So
So
here's
we'll-
this,
we'll
and I'll
pin the
find the
middle.
middle of this.
Well, I got the easy job.
Let's see, well, I got the long arms, so here's my pin right here.
Okay.
Okay. All right, that's right. I'm gonna let you find that middle, and I'm
I
gonna
will
start
pin
here
them
at the
together.
end. It's getting so big.
It is, but
Do you know what though? People,
we are so close now.
that's been one of the things people have said. It's
Woo.
just so big. It's just too big. And you know what? It's not even queen size. You're gonna have to border this to put it on a queen bed. So
Well, we are gonna border it,
Well, I mean,
that's
even
true.
more borders. You know, I mean, when you look at the finished size,
Yeah.
I don't think it's too big at all. I think it's perfect.
It's very cool.
Wait, I'm missing my,
But every quilt is not for everybody, so that's okay.
ouch.
That's why there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of quilt patterns to choose from.
That is true. Okay,
So it's pinned in the middle and at the ends.
and I am just gonna start sewing and be really, really brave.
Good job. You got it.
Except we gotta keep this lined up.
Oh, I better keep this.
There we go, here's this.
Okay.
A present for you.
A pin for my pin cushion.
There you go.
Perfect.
Here's another. I feel like that's more than the
Excellent.
middle.
Well, I gave you a couple extras just to middle the middles,
You're so nice. All
you know,
right,
just
I
to
got
keep everything on track.
I got a little seam that is coming loose at the end here, and I'm gonna try and make this so you can't see it.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm hopeful. When I get past
Well, you
that,
can
you can
always-
peek.
Yeah. You can always stitch it closed. before
Let me
it
see if it worked. Oh, perfect.
looks great.
Looks great.
Yeah, I like that.
It was just like one of the threads popped at the beginning.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that it didn't like look like a hole.
A
was
hole
there.
in your quilt?
Yeah.
That's never good.
Nope. Oh, here's this. I'm such a creature of habit. I always have a pin cushion over there. So I keep going back there for my pin
I know,
cushion.
I'm sorry I took it.
Oh no, we needed it. Look at this, so nice.
It's matching up.
So lovely. Alrighty. The last.
You have to let go.
The last pin. It was a celebratory moment. I was celebrating.
Okay, now it's time for borders. So you can sew all your border strips together.
I will. Why don't you show everybody
Outer
that?
border. Well, I think we should
Wait
save
for the big
it for the
reveal?
outer borders.
For the big reveal.
Yes,
All
I'm
right.
gonna
Find the-
press some of these edges so
Okay.
that as you sew your borders on, it can be nice and straight.
All right, we will just keep adding these on.
And then we'll do our sides first and our top and bottom. Just make one big long binding or border strip.
I am.
Good job. See,
I don't know how to do it any different.
you're a good student. Good
good-
job, Jenny.
Good job, Jenny. I said that one time in a tutorial. I was like really surprised how
job,
something
Jenny.
came out, and then all the comments were, "Good job, Jenny."
So funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
Good job. Good
All
job.
right, we're going to put all these on.
Do you want me to trim the seams?
The
Like the
selvages?
selvages out of your seams, yeah?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Do you have the scissors, or did I still?
There's a pair up there.
I'll just start from this side. Oh, I got one more over here. It was hiding out. All right, we're almost to the meeting point.
There you go.
All right, let me find the end. This is a lot of border strips.
Yep. So
All right.
you're gonna do sides 1st.
They say that's the right way.
Is this way. Let me just make that look a little neater. I must have missed that.
Okay.
There you
So
go.
it's this side right here?
Yep. That's the
I can't
first
believe it.
side. We're doing our outer borders.
I love it.
So good.
I love it. I do love this color too.
It's pretty.
Periwinkle, I believe.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a lavender blue.
Yep. Dilly dilly.
Lavender green.
Only some people will know what that means.
Yep.
That's an old song.
Scoop that back just a bit so you have space.
All right. This is the time for jokes, Natalie.
Mom, I don't have jokes. I tried to tell you. We have to rehearse things like this.
I have one good joke for you, but I'm saving it till the end.
I hope it's not the one I think it is.
It's not.
Okay, good.
It's pretty sad when you have so few jokes that your kid knows what what it's going to be.
Well, we've been telling each other bad jokes for a long time.
This is a good bad joke. I mean, it's a dad joke, right?
It's a good dad joke, not
Yeah.
bad joke.
All right, just a little more. Side one in the books.
You're gonna do the rip.
I'm just gonna do the rip.
All right.
All right, side two, hang on.
So we'll flip
Do you
this
have some
around.
threads?
There you go.
I don't think, nope, I didn't even make it in the can.
And then I will press this.
Wow.
Sorry, is this not helpful?
Well, no, it's not.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's just I just need
It's just
to.
twisted.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we just
There we go.
unencumber it,
We got it.
I will be able to
We
just
got it all straightened out now.
do it easier. Yeah.
Okay.
Put this up on my lap so it can slide in here.
There we go.
It's like wrestling a bear.
Coming right along. Well, it's just a good-sized quilt. It's just about ready. I love quilting.
I did love those little ribbons. I thought those
They're
were so
so
cute.
cute.
All right, hang on. Don't. I'll just start right from here.
Okay.
Oops. A few little strings right there. So then we'll just turn it.
All right.
And we'll go across the top and bottom. There we go. Hang on, girl, hang on. We're getting so close.
Yep, it's going good. Aw, you didn't rip that one.
I'm gonna rip this off though.
Okay.
One
And
last
here
thing.
is your last side.
All right.
Give that a good flip.
I'm like, this isn't a
Hold that
side. This
up.
is the bottom.
The last bottom,
The bottom.
but it's the last of the four sides.
It's the last of the borders. All right, you're ironing away over there.
Sure am.
Oh my goodness. You're not gonna believe this. I'm done.
We're done. That's crazy.
Crazy.
All right, shall I go ahead and press that and then we can show it? That one last side.
Sure, that's all
Okay.
you've got left.
Well,
Holy moly, girl.
it is. It is the last one, and then we can go ahead and hold it up.
We'll have the big reveal.
Okay.
Here, let me turn this so you can get this a little better.
Well, then let's pull it this way is
All right.
better for me.
Oh, we're getting so close.
Okay.
One more little piece.
There we go. Watch your fingers. I'm gonna get them.
Alrighty. I'm ready.
Okay.
You guys, this is amazing.
It's going so great.
All right.
Here's the top, your top corner.
I don't know if you're even going to be able to see all of this.
It's huge and it's so great. All right, we did it.
Wait, let me get over here. Look at this.
The quilt is finished.
Wait, let's
It looks
show
so
the heart
good.
row.
The heart row.
Yep, down here at the bottom.
Yep. Top, bottom, middle, borders.
Yep.
The big
now-
Missouri star, the needle, the flywheel. It all looks so good.
It looks so
I
good.
love it. All right, so now we get to
Choose a quilting pattern.
measure it, choose a quilting pattern and a thread color and a backing, and send this sucker off to the
We're
quilters.
going to send it off to the quilting.
Yay, I'm so
It's going to be
excited.
amazing. All
It's
right.
beautiful.
So this is the end of our block of the month, and I am so delighted to have been able to meet with you every single month and sew with you. It's just been incredible, so much fun. This is probably my favorite block of the month that I've ever done. You know, I mean, block of the months are fun because you learn skills, but I love them when they come together in one big project. And so I have loved this and enjoyed it. I know, Natalie,
Yeah, I've had a great time.
and it's been fun to sew with her.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
Hope
to
you
have us
don't
and,
mind
you
our
know,
little antics.
and Pearl popping her head up every
Yep.
once in a while. She's not usually here in the,
The
studio
little
with
studio
us. but
puppy.
Here she comes.
Hi.
There
Say
she
hello.
is. Say
Come
hi.
on, up here. Up.
Come on.
There she is. Say hi.
Anyway, we have loved this so much. We hope you've enjoyed it. We will post a picture of it when it's done being quilted. What pattern did we put on that other one? Do you know?
The other one has a notion to sew on it.
Oh, okay. So we have a cool quilting pattern called the Notion to Sew, and it has all like thread and scissors and all
Yep.
kinds of different things on it.
Really
and
cute stuff.
Perfect for this quilt.
It
and
is
so,
perfect.
We hope that you enjoyed your time with us. And what else? Anything else?
I don't know. I can't wait to see you for the next block of the month.
Yeah, we are
2024
that one's-
is gonna be awesome.
It is. It is. It's actually
Super
going to be
excited for it.
a triple play block of the month.
Yeah,
and
we've already started working on it, and
We
I
have.
cannot wait to see it finished. It's going to be so great.
it is.
It'll
gonna
be
great.
fun for us to sew it together.
Whole different style, whole different look.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're so happy to be finishing this up today and to have been able to sew with you, and we'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Hi, everybody. It's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. We hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you aren't already part of the Missouri Star Quilt Company family, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss a thing. And if you click that bell, it'll notify you every time a new tutorial comes out. See you next Friday.